You know, I just now noticed that every time Kevin Hart has a movie comes out, Comedy Central has his stand-up specials on an endless loop. Probably because everyone realizes those are always funnier than his actual movies. Central Intelligence. Central Intelligence, the movie starring Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was like the cool kid in high school, and Dwayne Johnson's kind of the awkward kid. He's fat, he gets bullied a lot, and those are the scenes, you watch these scenes of him getting bullied, he's like, ah, yeah, that sucks ass. Now this movie takes place 20 years after the fact. Kevin Hart's kind of down in his luck. It shows that, you know, in high school, the most likely to succeed, that doesn't mean jack shit. Dwayne Johnson is now no longer fat, and he is now the Rock we all know and love. He works for the CIA, and he ropes Kevin Hart into his CIA shenanigans. Now the buddy cop comedy ensues, or I guess it's more of a buddy spy comedy. And I'll be honest, when I first saw the trailers to this movie, I thought one thing: this is probably going to be Ride Along 3. Dwayne Johnson is going to be the role of Ice Cube. Kevin Hart's going to carry the movie, and they're going to have no chemistry whatsoever because Dwayne Johnson just hates Kevin Hart, and that would be it. It's actually not Ride Along 3, it's more like Twins 2, but I mean, we'll get past that. Start off with what I liked in this movie. The Rock and Kevin Hart have really good chemistry. They have better chemistry than Ice Cube and Kevin Hart could ever have in those Ride Along movies. You actually buy the fact that they're friends. And in a buddy movie like this, you really need to buy the fact that these people actually like each other. There are shots in this movie of Kevin Hart and The Rock in the same shot, and you would swear to God they were doing the forced perspective techniques from Lord of the Rings. Seriously, Kevin Hart is small. It doesn't matter how you spin it. You have seen this movie a zillion times before. You know how it's going to play out from point A to point Z. You could sit down before the movie and know beat by beat where everything is. You know, we're going to start here and we're going to end here. And guess what? That's exactly where we start, and it's exactly where we end. All these twists and turns that the movie tries to throw at you, you know what they are before they even happen. Another thing that is The Rock, I don't know if he was like annoying or if he was overly enthusiastic, but he does definitely ride the line of sometimes. It's like, okay, dude, you need to chill out right now because you're kind of getting on my nerves. Which in certain scenes, I get that because he's getting on Kevin Hart's nerves and you're supposed to feel more or less how Kevin Hart feels in those moments, but for the most part, it's really not that important. There's also a subplot between Kevin Hart trying to save his marriage. So, granted, it's not like they did it bad or anything. I'm just saying there were better subplots this movie could have had. Kevin Hart can still be married. I just don't like the annoying subplot of him having a failing marriage. I just don't like it. There's actually one funny joke in here. They pull out a snake, and its name is Snake Gyllenhaal. That's the kind of stupid humor I go for, apparently. There are a lot of pop culture references in this movie. I was the only one in the audience that got them. So, there was that. Guys, be it predictable as shit, Central Intelligence is still a fun enough movie. I mean, I don't think I'll ever go out of my way to see it again. But you know, when you're watching it, it's still pretty good. It wasn't like Ride Along where Kevin Hart carries the entire movie. Ice Cube is just kind of, you know, he's just kind of there to mean mug him the whole time. So in the end, guys, Central Intelligence is pretty much everything you think it's going to be. You know where this movie starts, you know where it ends. Some of the jokes land, some of the other jokes don't. And in the end, I will ultimately say that I did enjoy Central Intelligence, but I still find that it is a guilty pleasure. It's funny because this movie proved me wrong for one thing. At least the part where it says a little Hart and a big Johnson in the trailer was not going to be the funniest part of the entire movie. The marketing campaign was not the funniest part of the entire movie. This movie could have been better, but still, it is what it is. So guys, Central Intelligence, what is your favorite spy comedy? Sound off in the comments. I'll see you guys next time.